90% of people play video games, but did you know the average age of a gamer is 33? I know, right? Roberto from XP Gaming here, and today I'll be talking to you about games. To be exact, to what extent the games affect people. I'm guessing you've seen plenty of media coverage about people telling you that games are bad for you and their negative effects, and you've always just known or wondered that it's not true. But today I'll be talking to you about the positive effects of gaming, and I'm guessing you'll be pretty happy with the result. So clearly you've played video games, or you've just stumbled across this video somehow, randomly. So it's a nice afternoon on some random day, here's just a random scenario. You're just playing COD, Skyrim, Minecraft, LOL, I don't know, LOL. You're just playing your video game, casually in your room or somewhere. Your parents walk in, or your mum or your dad, I don't know, maybe your cousin. What are they going to say? They're going to tell you the games are great and that they're going to get you everywhere in life and that what you're doing is just fantastic. No, they're not. They're not, are they? No. They're going to tell you it's a waste of time. And then you're going to be like, karate kicked it! But imagine if they walked in and you were in your room doing algebra or calculus, trigonometry, physics, Sudoku. What would they say then? They would say nothing, would they? They would just walk out the room happily pleased. That kind of please that just makes you want to... Look, I'm not going to tell you that playing games constantly is good for your health. It's obviously not. But I'm not going to sit back and take in that people keep saying that games are bad for you and that they cause violence. Because there's plenty of that in the media every single week. There's always someone saying that games are bad for you. A common statement is that games affect vision. Now, let's take a look at some stats. As you can see on screen, this is what people test their eyes on. Most of you would know that. The average person's vision aligns around here. Where do action video games vision align? Here. It's actually better. These are averages to take in mind though. Multitasking. We've all heard that girls are born with the power to do it. But is there any other way of getting that power? Action video games do give you the power to multitask. With that better hand-eye coordination, you can multitask more efficiently. How else do you expect us to run on a 45 kill streak, going for a nuke, while abusing 12 users at the same time? That's skills. But yes, in the end, action video games do help with multitasking. Imagine you're driving down the road, your brain is tracking objects everywhere, judging the danger and calculating risks involved. Like that car next to yours, that pedestrian walking on the footpath and that dog running across the road. But that's it, an average person can only track 3 to 4 objects at a time. What you didn't see was that kid that lost his ball and ran across the street after it. That could have been avoided because an action video game player can track around 3 to 4 objects at a time. So you would have seen that bird in the sky, for example, and everything else around it. Field of view is what I'm talking about. Generally, gamers have a larger field of view. Now let's talk about one of the most important parts that you gain from action video games: reflexes. Games help with hand-eye coordination. This is completely true. According to the University of Rochester, they tested a dozen of 18 to 25-year-olds, ranging from males to females, that were not usually gamers, and the results that they found were surprising. They splitted the subject into groups. One group, the first group obviously, they were tested to 50 hours of intense scrutinization of Call of Duty and Unreal Tournament. The second group was subjected to 50 hours of Sims 2. In the end, the subjects were asked to make quick decisions, several designed by the researchers. The participants had to look on screen, analyze what was going on, and answer as fast as they could, and as accurately as they could, in the time frame that they had. One of the examples of these tasks were that the participants had to analyze a clump of radically moving dots and answer whether they were moving to the right or to the left. What was the outcome? The action game players were up to 25% faster in answering the question and coming to a conclusion than their strategy game playing participants. So like anything, if you stop doing something, it will go away. This is no different from playing fast-paced video games and the reflexes and all the multitasking skills, they all start to deteriorate over time. This does differ. A study from Dr. Daphne Vavalier, she found that the effects of gaming can last up to 3 months at a time. I should say my professional study, I pretty much found the same thing. When I tested people 2 weeks later after the intense scrutinization of Call of Duty and Battlefield, I found that their reflexes still remained to some extent better than they were before playing those games for the amount of time that they played them for. So let's talk about what I mean about use it or lose it. I'm not talking about that if you stop playing video games that your reflexes are going to disappear like your 5-cent coins. I'm talking about that they will get a little bit less over time, but they're still going to remain quite good. Anyways, like most things, if you stop doing it, you'll likely forget it. That's how your brain works and makes room for new things. This is pretty much what happens when you don't continue a regular video game cycle. So just remember, play a little bit of video games, maybe an hour a day, but no more. These were just a few points of what games can really do for you and how they can actually affect you and your body. Next time someone talks crap about games, just catch a fly in midair and I think they'll stop. Anyways, this is Roberto from XP Gaming and thanks for being here. Talk to you another time.